Order. Quorum is present. The committee meets today pursuant to notice. Without objection, the chair may recess the committee at any point. Today's hearing is about examining the policies and priorities of the Department of Labor. We will look at the Trump administration's plans for a smaller and more effective and efficient government for taxpayers. Its plans to ensure that fewer, more effective regulations protect workers without compromising business potential, and its efforts to ensure that skilled workers can fill jobs that will ensure our economy is strong. President Trump returned to the White House at an important time for our economy. Years of misguided Democrat stimulus spending hampered job creation, fueled a massive inflation crisis, and made more Americans dependent on the federal government. The Biden-Harris administration also pursued an agenda that relied on heavy-handed mandates and out-of-touch regulatory policies, leading to high inflation and workforce shortages. Simply put, President Biden's radical policies crushed the American workforce. The Biden-Harris administration reversed common-sense policies enacted by the first Trump administration in favor of radical one-size-fits-all regulations that prioritize labor union leaders, expanded the federal bureaucracy, and pushed a radical DEI agenda. Of particular concern, the Biden-Harris overtime rule would have cost job creators an estimated $1.3 billion and increased compliance burdens on small businesses. The Biden-Harris administration's war on independent contractors stifled innovation and creativity, ultimately harming workers, businesses, and the U.S. economy. Studies have estimated a total national cost of $17 billion, and if 15% of independent contractors are reclassified as employees. And let me read that again. Studies have estimated a total national cost of $17 billion if 15% of independent contractors are reclassified as employees, and $57 billion if 50% are reclassified. In stark contrast, the Trump administration is working to advance economic policies that unleash the ingenuity and entrepreneurial spirit of the American workforce. President Trump is halting the job-killing and inflation-driving regulatory blitz, and businesses and workers are optimistic. The President has ordered a review of all pending regulations and signed an executive order directing federal agencies to eliminate 10 existing regulations for each new regulation issued. And the Trump administration's efforts to root out waste, fraud, and abuse are reflected in the President's budget request. By reining in wasteful, fraudulent spending and restoring fiscal sanity in Washington, the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026 will help put more money in taxpayers' pockets. In fact, Americans are already being impacted by the policies that eliminate excessive regulations, lower costs, promote job creation, and create optimism that tax rates will not increase. Following President Trump's return, our economy has added jobs every month. As President Trump continues to build this golden age for America, this committee recognizes that too many businesses are struggling to fill the millions of open positions in the United States. Republicans are already working with President Trump to address the skills gap, which more than 7 million unfilled jobs are seen in the U.S., and over 7 million unemployed individuals. It's obvious that we should be doing more to support those looking to gain new skills. Therefore, the committee has advanced bipartisan reforms to allow Pell Grants to support students in high-quality, short-term workforce education programs. I look forward to hearing from today's witness, Lori Chavez de Reamer, as she begins her tenure as our country's 30th Secretary of Labor. Her perspective on the department's budget and policy proposals will be unlike those of previous labor secretaries. She's the daughter of a Teamster. She's a small business owner, a former mayor, and, more importantly than ever, a former colleague on this very committee. Additionally, Lori is planning to travel to all 50 states this year. I think you've made 15 already. 13 already.
13.
Yeah. To hear directly from workers and businesses and their business owners across our diverse country. What a refreshing change, actually talking to workers and job creators instead of forcing top-down regulation on them. I look forward to hearing from the Secretary about the American workers and businesses she's already spoken to and how they are taking advantage of opportunities available thanks to the Trump administration and congressional Republican policies that are getting the economy and workforce back on track. Having said that, with that, I yield to the